Hey everyone, welcome to your Capricorn super new moon reading that's going to be happening on January 2nd of 2022. So first of all, Merry Christmas. These are coming out on Christmas Day, so if you celebrate Christmas, a very Merry Christmas to you. And I'm excited for this reading because I'm going to do a reading for each of the zodiac signs. But first of all, I just want to talk about, it being a new moon is all about a new beginning that's coming about and perfect for a new year, the start of a new year. So we have that new moon energy coming in, but as I mentioned, it's a super new moon as well, which a super moon is, like the Earth, the trajectory of, or the orbit of the moon around the Earth is not like a perfect circle. So like, let's say if this was the Earth, it's more of an oval shape. So when it's close to the Earth and when the full moon happens, it's a super new moon because it is actually closer to the Earth. It's not like significant where it's like, super, super close, but it's closer than it is normal. So it appears bigger than it normally would. That's why it's called super, but it also impacts like the tides and impacts our emotions. Usually moons impact our emotions anyway, but when the orbit is closer to us, it is even more amplified. It's even more influential. So just be aware of that. And of course, this is going to be the Capricorn new moon, which I'm going to talk about the influences of the Capricorn energy around the new moon here in just a moment. But it's also, I wanted to mention that there is this cyclical, like there's always a cycle of a new moon to a full moon, back to a new moon every 28 days or so. But there's also the signs rotate about every 6 months. So like this new moon in Capricorn is the ending of a cycle of when it was in a full moon in Capricorn, which was back on June 22nd of this year. So if you look back in June of 22nd and see what was going on around that period of time, the endings that start to happen as the light moves away from the full moon to the new moon is the letting go of things. It's the changing of things. So from the last new moon before that up to the June 22nd full moon in Capricorn, there was growing, there was, amplification, forward progression in whatever seeds you planted on that new moon in Capricorn before. And then you get up to the full moon, and then the full moon to the next new moon is about the changes that you make to prepare for this new moon coming up. So if you want to kind of look and see what has been falling away or changing since June 22nd up to this point, that'll also give you an idea on, what's going on there. All these cards are from this deck here too, just in case some people have asked. Moonology Oracle cards. So if you love these, it has a great little book that comes with it that really goes into the influences and some of those things as well. But for the Capricorn new moon, again, it's a time for like this newness that is coming in. The energy is so perfect to set like new goals. And make new concrete plans, even take a step or two towards those plans, especially if it's towards your professional life. And if you're like have something that you're doing as a dream that you're doing on the side, it could even be about how making that your profession, your career, instead of just a hobby and something that you love to do on the side. Because the time is ripe for new, improved work cycles. And so it brings this ambition, this feeling and energy to build, and really a lot of energy to put in a lot of hard work. So it's a good time to like make a list of your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, your intentions for the year ahead. And you can even have like a little mantra that says something like, the harder I work, the more blessed I get. And so this does have a lot of work energy behind it, as far as you feel motivated. You do want to do the work and invest it to get what you want to do. So it's a great time to, put those plans together and make a movement forward. But we're going to dig into each of the individual zodiac signs for more specifics for you. And we're going to jump into that reading right now. All right, all my Capricorns, this is your super new moon reading. And because it is in Capricorn, which is your sign, it's going to be even more explosive for you and more amazing. So I'm excited to see what is going to unfold here for you. We're going to start off by pulling a Queen of the Moon Oracle card. And this is just going to represent what the Creator wants you to know about the 3-week period around this super new moon. That'll be the week before and the 2 weeks after. So one more time here. All right, Creator, what do you want our Cappies to know about this super new moon? Yeah, I figured there was going to be a couple cards for you since you have so much stuff. And you've got, of course, Extremes, the hot moon. So you definitely have a ton of energy that's coming in with this, the super new moon for you. Yep, and the masculine. So you definitely have this divine masculine energy that is kind of showing itself here. And I love that there for you. Just want you to see both of those. You got all the cycles of the moon going on up here, but these both have these blazing full moon energy with it too, which I kind of feel is going to be like this is the start, and it's almost going to feel like a full moon to you because there's so much energy coming in. I just like this extreme card here, definitely explains the type of energy that you get around a super, moon of any kind. And like I mentioned, because it's so much closer to the earth, it has so much more impact on the tides and our emotions and everything else. And with this being the Capricorn one, it's just like zap, 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 zap. It's just going to be, I don't want to say that it's unbearable. I just am going to say that it's going to fill you up so much that you just feel like you have no choice but to act on so much of this beautiful energy coming out. And so I'm going to read both of these for you. This one is the Extremes, the hot moon. Learn how to handle crisis with calm and resilience. Seeking balance is superior to seeking extremes. There are better ways to handle conflict than rage and outrage. So there may be someone who seeks to disrupt your business or life in some way. This too shall pass. Because the affirmation for this card is, I handle extremes with grace, yet I seek balance in all things. And most of us have experienced extremes of weather, boiling hot days, or the freezing of snow and ice. And you certainly know you are alive because the sensation can be overwhelming or stressful on the body, like I was talking about, right? So the hot moon appeared in the hottest time of the year, where the days were longest and the rains less frequent, which is kind of funny that this week also, like I mentioned, the summer solstice is starting in the summer, the southern hemisphere, which is going to be the longest day of the year, and in the northern hemisphere is the winter, which is the shortest day of the year. And so you've got these extremes that are happening this week. Similarly, we can experience extremes in life: deaths, job losses, relationship breakdowns, true fears, big conflicts, booms and busts, and yet this is life. Our situation can change quickly, for better or for worse. And the hot moon challenges us to build our resilience and reserves of wisdom and calm for those times where things are at their extreme. It reminds us that developing grace under pressure is worth its weight in gold, and that even these extremes in time will pass. And the companion stone of this is the sunstone. And so definitely it's like these extremes are coming, but this is the perfect time to, one, use that resilience and reserve of wisdom and calm that you have been developing over your life. And this will also be opportunities for you to grow those even more. Because then you have the masculine here. So a lot of hot, heated masculine energy going on. And this is lunar God. It says, it is time to step forward and lead. Be the leader in your own life. You have the power. You have more power than you think. It is time to formally learn more, enroll in a course, or learn a new skill. Offer your protection to someone weaker than yourself. Take steps to improve your health and vitality. Because the affirmation for this one is, may the positive attributes of the masculine align with me. So regardless if you're male or female or however you identify, you have this divine masculine energy within you and this power to lead and be the emperor of your own life, right? And it says, while lunar gods are rare, while lunar gods are rare, usually their realms are the solar. They are conspicuous when they appear. The Australian Aboriginal deity of the Wanneroo tribe area, Baim. So Wanneroo is spelled Wanaruah, which I definitely apologize. I most likely mispronounced that. And the tribal area is spelled Baime. And so that area encourages us to observe the laws of the land and to appreciate the beauty around us. It's depicted with having big eyes and no mouth, teaching us that sometimes beauty does not need to be spoken about, just witnessed with the eyes of our head and of our heart. The Norse god Mani, M-A-N-I, the moon himself, teaches us to be wise and about the passage of time. The Mesopotamian Sin, S-I-N, shows us how to ask about the future and how important it is to protect the weak. And there are many more of these lunar gods. The traditional positive attributes of the masculine, such as strength, physical vitality, power of will, shielding and protection of the weak, are important for anyone to adopt, no matter their gender or orientation. Should you pull this card, it's asking you to step up into your power, your uniqueness, and offer your guidance to those who may need it. And the companion stone for that is black opal. So this is beautiful that these came out together, because this is telling you you're going to have some extremes happening over these 3 weeks. And this is like it looks like almost like a sun instead of like a moon, which is this lunar god stuff, right? But this is that you have the power to go through it. In fact, you're able to offer people that are experiencing the super new moon guidance and strength because of that. So definitely, I love that combination of those. We're also going to pull from these Revelation Tarot and just break down each of the 3 weeks during this super new moon around it, and just see what else the Creator wants you to know about these extremes and your power. And we're going to pull a week before, the week after, and then 2 weeks after the new moon. So the week before, what would you like our Cappies to know, please? Okay, no, that one too. And that one. So you got these 3. And then what about the week after the new moon? Okay. So I'll just leave that up since you've seen it already. And we got those 3. And then the second week after the new moon, please. And then went to these 4. All right. So let's dive into this. So the week before the new moon, you have the Page of Swords. So swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, your expectations. And the page represents 2 things. One is that you have new ideas, new thoughts, new beliefs coming in. They wield the Ace of Swords here, which gives you the ability not only to see and connect with higher capital T truths of the spiritual world, but it allows you also to cut away those small t truths of those beliefs that no longer serve you. They've served you for a time, but now you have new ways to look at things. And I really feel like these extremities that are coming in here, that you're realizing that they're feeling extreme because of these old ways of thinking that you've had around situations like relationships or work, education, your body, your possessions, your bank account. You know, these things are being challenged during this time. The other thing that the Page of Swords brings is pages are messengers, like the hear ye of the olden times. And so this is saying that you're going to be getting mental messages coming in, and that can be like a couple of things. One can be like you're looking for ideas and solutions, and suddenly out of nowhere this idea pops into your head and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even think about that. And then it's like, you feel like you're a genius and you are, because it's your higher self, your spiritual side, or your guides and your angels and your loved ones on the other side, or the creator, beings of unconditional love and light on the other side going, dropping these ideas into your mind. So that is beautiful, right? The other thing is, if during this time you have loved ones that you are missing, or that have already gone back to the other side, that if you are not thinking about them at all, and all of a sudden you have this memory activate in your head of a time with them, that is them touching that memory in your brain, reminding you that they are with you. In fact, they have always been with you since they passed, and they've been by your side. It's just a reminder for you to know that they are with you still, and that they're there and you're not alone, okay? Then also, you've got the Four of Wands, and fours are very solid numbers. Think of a big, strong table with four strong legs. It's a very solid foundation. And the Wands is your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, but it's also your spiritual energy. And so this energy that you're getting, this inspiration and this spark that you're having, during this time, you have this stability, you have this balance. So, they are letting you know that the week before the super new moon, you are balanced, you're handling this incoming energy very well, so no freaking out about it. And then just allow these messages, allow this information, this new way of thinking to come in. And that has a lot to do with how you're balancing things, because you are sorting through the thoughts and beliefs that are kind of like sparking things. It's kind of like all these little fires are starting up, and you're just putting them out as they appear, because you are able to so quickly analyze and really understand the capital T truth that cuts away the small t truths of the ego. Yeah. Because here's your Ace of Wands. So you are holding the power of your inspiration, and this does represent a new inspiration, new energy coming in for you that is igniting your passion. And this is very passionate energy too. So beware. It's almost like a full moon on steroids, even though it's a new moon. So be aware of the passions that are rising within you. And use those responsibly. It's a great opportunity, instead of focusing out into the physical world, to really focus in on this internal growth, and this inner strength that you're developing as well. But if the wolf needs to go hunting, go hunting. But just be careful. Don't burn anyone. All right, this takes us into the week after the new moon. And of course, you're going to have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about your intuition, connecting to the spiritual realm, retreating into her temple to take the time to connect to that beautiful moon energy and the upper energy. So this week, after the new moon hits, the super new moon, right, it's good to take time to really connect to your higher self. You don't have to become a hermit, but just, definitely take time away to go into your inner temple and connect to your higher self and to those spiritual beings on the other side, because there is definitely this connection that they're wanting you to, go beyond that veil. I mean, you have so much energy in here. It's like super boost on and this is like your antenna to the spiritual realm, right? You have this new ability to jump so far into the spiritual world and connect so clearly with them. So really take that opportunity to do so. And then you have the King of Swords. So more swords energy here. Again, they both yield the Ace of Swords. So you're still doing this beautiful work of cutting away those thoughts and those beliefs that no longer serve you. This is air energy. You know, the swords are air energy, and the kings are air energy too. So this brings in like double air. So you're really getting into your mind during this time, and it's just cautionary, but not. It's like letting you know that that's where you're going to be. But there's also a beautiful message about the king understands that making decisions just of logic in your mind doesn't always turn out so well. And so also making sure to balance and bring in your heart and have this beautiful balance of heart and mind as well. But this tends toward being really in your mind during this time here, which I love that the High Priestess is all about the water and the spiritual energy. So there's, again, this balance that comes in with these extremes that were mentioned here. You kind of be going, you know, really deep into spirit and then into your mind and then back and forth. So big ebb and flow happening during this week. Okay. But the moon wins because you have the moon. So you definitely have this beautiful connection to the moon energy. So there is this beautiful balance that's happening here. Definitely, you know, because you've got 2 water and double air. So there is this beautiful balance that happens. So I'm glad that came up for you, because otherwise it was going to be like you're so much in your head, but this is that balancing out. Which brings you into the second week after you've got the Fool card, which represents a new adventure. You're ready to jump off of this new risk. Use this beautiful energy to head in a new direction. And also, this represents your soul. So definitely connecting to your spiritual world. But I feel like the big thing here is that you are definitely headed off into a beautiful new direction in your life and a new adventure. Yeah, because you have the 4 Pentacles. Pentacles is your outside world, and you feel you have enough, you feel secure. Again, you know, going back to like this 4 of Wands, you feel very secure, like those 4 strong table legs here. And so the stability and the balance continue into this second week after that super new moon. And you have the Knight of Cups. Cups are your emotions, and Knight's about movement. So this really is about this movement in your emotions. And so, you know, this is that water energy that is still flowing and moving within this situation here. Let's see what this final card is here. Yeah, 8 of Cups. Okay, that makes sense. So, because the 8 of Cups is about you're moving beyond, you're letting go of the emotions that no longer serve you. So this is a great balance and movement here. In fact, I want to do this. Because this means that all this work that you were doing in, you know, diving deep and looking into your mental beliefs and looking at your emotions, because we are emotional beings who think, we're not thinking beings with emotion. And so it makes sense that, you know, we feel, and then our mind creates definitions and stuff around it, which help spark new emotions, and we feel more emotions. And so they're so tightly intertwined. This beautiful result is that you're ready to leave behind this old feelings about things, and with this movement of emotion, this solid balanced feeling, and jumping into this new adventure. So you're really ready to let these things go. So I am loving this for you. I know it seems like a little, oh my gosh, stranger danger, but you're used to dealing with, you know, heat. You are the sea goat. You're used to going high up into the mountains, into the air, and diving deep into the ocean anyway. So this is normal for you. It's not strange territory. It's just really amplified and a bit extreme. But if anyone can handle those, that going from the very depths and going way up to the high mountaintops, it's you Capricorns. So this is going to be a beautiful journey for you. All right, I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below. That's going to bring this notification bell. And when you click on that, that'll take you to your settings, and you can choose to be notified immediately. And if you also want to share the love and share these messages, if you want to give this video a little thumbs up and click that like button, that just allows the YouTube algorithm to share these videos with more people, and it just makes it like a suggested video the more likes a video has. So if you want to help share, then please do so. There's never any pressure, but if you do that, I definitely appreciate it. All right, well, just know that as you go throughout this journey in every second and every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 3-week new moon period, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.